Oh hey, Vaishnava Thakura, Tera Sagaya, Idase Koruna Kori. Diya Pada Chaya, Sadhoya Maya, Tomara Charana Dhori.
Diya Pada Chaya, Sadhoya Maya, Tomara Charana Dhori.
Oh hey, Vaishnava Thakura, Dwara Sagara, Idase Karuna Kori.
Oh hey, Vaishnava
Thakura, Dwara Sagara, Idase Karuna Kori. Chaya Begadomi, Chaya Dosa Sodhi, Chaya Guna Deho Dase.
Chaya Bekatomi, Chaya Dosha Shodhi,
Chaya Guna Deho Dase. Chaya Satsanga, Deho He Amare, Pushchi Shangira Ashe. Chaya Satsanga, Deho He Amare, Pushchi Shangira Ashe. Oh hey, Vaishnava Thakura, Dwara Sagara, Idase Karuna Kori.
Oh hey,
Vaishnava Thakura, Dwara Sagara, Idase Karuna Kori. Ekaki Amara, nahi paya bala, Hari Nama Sankitane. Ekaki Amara, nahi paya bala, Hari Nama Sankitane. Tumhi kripa kori, Shadabindu diya, Deho Krishna Nama Dhane. Kripa kori, Shadabindu diya, Deho Krishna Nama Dhane. Oh hey, Vaishnava Thakura, Dwara Sagara, Idase Karuna Kori.
oh hey, Vaishnava Idase Karuna Kori.
Krishna se tumhara, Krishna dite paro, Tumhara shakati aache.
Krishna Tumhara, Krishna Date Paro,
Tumhara shakati aache. Ami to Kangala, Krishna Krishna boli, Daitava pache pache.
Amito Kakaram, Krishna Krishna Bode, Daitava Bache.
Amito Kangala, Krishna Krishna boli, Daitava pache pache.
Amito Kakaram, Krishna Krishna Bode, Daitava Bache Bache.
Oh hey, Vaishnava Thakura, Dwara Sagara, Idase Karuna Kori.
Oh hey, Vaishnava Thakura, Dwara Sagara, Idase Karuna Kori.
Read the translation.
Yeah.
I'll read the first one. O Venerable Vaishnava Thakura, O Ocean of Mercy, Be merciful to me, your servant, and purify me by the shade of your lotus feet. Your feet I humbly hold.
Controlling my six virtues and purifying me of the six faults. Please give to your servant the six good qualities. Oh, give me the six kinds of holy association. I have sat down here in the hope of having your company.
Alone, I find I have no strength to chant the holy name of Lord Hari. I beg you, therefore, before, please speak merciful and with a particle of faith. Give me the great treasure of the holy name of Krishna.
Krishna is yours. You have the power to give him to me, for such is your power. I'm indeed wretched and simply want after you, crying, Krishna, Krishna.
Jai. Srila Bhaktisiddanta Sarasvati Thakur Maharaj ki Jai. Today being the appearance day of Srila Sarasvati Thakur, I was fortunate enough to read from Srila Bhaktisiddanta Vaibhava. I have been reading till now. It's a big book, so I really wanted to share with all of you the treasures that are written about him by His Holiness Bhaktivedanta Swami.
咁我今日好慶幸啦，咁有機會喺度啦，就係喺Bhaktisiddanta嘅Sarasvati 嘅 appearance 對 Srila Bhaktisiddanta Sarasvati 嘅 appearance 嘅顯現日子喺度啦。咁我有幾分享一本，最近我讀一本書嚟講係講關佢嘅一生喺度嘅。
Today we will have a look at all the contributions that he's made into Gaudiya Vaishnava Sampradaya, our Vaishnava Sampradaya, including in ISKCON.
咁我哋可以睇一睇佢一生嘅貢獻喺度啦，對呢個高啲亞嘅一個傳提喺度，咁甚至乎係延伸到我哋呢個，影響到我哋呢個 ISKCON 嘅。
So we will also hear, read, and know of places where Lord Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu and Sri Sri Radha Krishna were present at and are even present today at these places.
咁我亦都可以係睇到嚟講就係住一壇嘢喺度啦。Sri Radha Krishna 嚟講係點樣仍然係存在喺現今嘅世上嗰度嘅。
In this way we can feel the gratitude, express our gratitude, and that will result in development of humility within our hearts.
咁我哋應該係表達我哋嘅感謝喺度啦。咁喺內心嚟講，培養到一個嘅謙卑嘅心態喺度嘅。
This humility that we feel will allow us to feel a tinge of their presence in the transcendental pastimes.
咁我哋呢個咁嘅謙卑嘅心態嚟講咧，容許我哋可以係感受到佢哋嘅一個，或者係品味到佢哋嘅一個逍遙時光。
Let's begin with hearing the words of Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur in his last moment, which he conveyed to Srila Bhaktisiddanta Sarasvati Thakur through his wife.
咁我睇一睇就係當Bhaktisiddanta Thakur佢差唔多臨離開時嚟講咧，同佢太太嚟講係講咗一番咁嘅説話喺度嘅。
When Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur had left this world in June 1914, Srila Siddhanta Saraswati was then in Mayapur.
咁當Bhaktisiddanta Thakur差唔多離開身體嗰陣時嚟講係which year?
1914.
1914年July 1 June 咁喺1914年係6月喺度，當離開身體時嚟講咧，Bhaktisiddanta仍然喺摩耶普嘅。
Due to rains and heavy flooding, his train was blocked back from returning home by 8 hours.
咁因為嗰陣時嚟講，我橫風橫雨喺度啦，又有洪流喺度，咁係阻擋咗係唔能夠即時翻屋企喺度啦，係阻咗上嚟8個鐘頭。
You know, normally when a person returns home under such circumstances, there's going to be a lot of crying and you're going to express your heart, say some things. But Srila Bhaktisiddanta Sarasvati Thakur, he wanted to say something meaningful to his mother.
咁當咁嘅情況嚟講，啲人碰到咁嘅情況嚟講，一定會係呼天搶地喺度啦，或者喺度係怨天尤人喺度。但係巴勒斯坦特嚟咧，反而佢係講咗一番説話，係同佢母親嚟講咗一番咁嘅説話。
He told her, "Today our master has returned back to the Holy Land."
佢話：今日我哋嘅主人咧，佢係回歸到聖地。
He's entered the eternal pastimes of the Lord once again.
佢再次係回歸到同主嘅逍遙時光，同佢一齊。
Now it is our responsibility to remember his name, form, qualities, and pastimes.
咁而家呢個係我哋嘅一個需要，我哋要做嘅就係要係記住佢嘅名字啦，佢嘅名字，佢嘅形象啦，同佢嘅品質同佢所有嘅逍遙活動。
And this is when Srila Sarasvati Thakura said, "We will follow more concentratively in his footsteps."
咁我哋要更加係專注，係跟隨佢嘅步伐去做。
His mother responded. The mother said to him that even when your father was departing, leaving in his body, he was continuously offering you plentiful blessings.
咁佢話佢爸爸佢媽覺得好驚訝喺度，就係話，即使你爸爸差唔多離開身體嗰時嚟講咧，仍然係俾好多嘅個祝福嘅説話俾你喺度。
He repeatedly mentioned your name, your infirm faith.
咁佢不斷咁提起你個名喺度咧，講到你咁堅定不移嘅一個信心咯。
Shuddha Bhakti, and he instructed that you should serve Shri Mayapur and propagate the message of Mahaprabhu.
佢話你應該好專注咁樣去響摩耶普嘅地方，係傳揚聖主嘅產業一個聖名呢個運動嗰度。
So let us now have a look at what are the contributions based on the words of his father.
咁由於係呢番爸爸番説話嘅底下嚟講咧，咁我哋睇翻佢係為呢方面係做咗啲咩嘅貢獻喺度。
So in the books called Navadvipa Dhamma Mahatmya and Navadvipa Bhava Taranga, written by his father, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, mentioned many divine places manifest in Navadvip Dhamma.
咁佢爸爸寫咗兩本書度咧，入邊係提及到好多，佢哋係發現翻好多嘅喺邁普嘅好多嘅聖地。
These places were previously unknown, not known by people.
咁喺早期嚟講咧，呢啲地方嚟講係冇人係知道嘅。
With the help of his disciples, Srila Sarasvati Thakur, with the help of his disciples and associates, he had determined the locations of some of them, and also he had redeveloped them.
咁佢係透過啲門徒啦，同埋透過啲同友啊，佢係發掘揾翻啲地方出嚟喺度，而重新嚟講再建設過呢個地方喺度。
So such places are Mahaprabhu's birthplace, Shiva's Angana, the site of the home of Shivasa Thakur, and Advaita Bhavan, the home of Advaita Acharya.
咁佢譬如揾翻嚟講係住一灘嘢摩巴布嘅出生地方度啦，咁係舒巴塔庫住嘅地方啦，同埋 Advaita Acharya 住嘅地方度。
These places have been redeveloped, so even in today's times, we can go and we can have darshan.
咁佢已經重新嚟講咧係建造翻啲即係建設過翻啲咁嘅地方度啦。咁即使今時今日嚟講咧，我哋仍可以去到係拜訪呢啲地方度。
He also revealed more such sacred sites for the benefit of the world today.
佢亦都係建立咗揾到好多啲咁嘅聖地出嚟喺度嚟講咧，係俾呢個世界嚟上嚟講帶咗好多嘅一個利益處喺度。
He excavated, found Radha Kund, and he manifested and developed Ishodhyana.
咁佢係揾翻呢個發掘翻呢個 Radha Kund 出嚟喺度啦，亦都係有同另外一笪地方喺度。
Ishodhyana. Yeah. Now, Isho means female controller.
Isho 嘅意思嚟講就係異性嘅女性嘅控制者喺度咯。
Udyana means a garden.
Udana 嘅意思嚟講就係花園。
Udyana. So female controller is Srimati Radharani. Yeah.
女性嘅控制者嚟講就係指Srimati Radharani。
And he manifested, made the Ishodhyana garden That is of Srimati Radhani because she's a female controller, right?
咁佢就係揾翻呢個花園嚟講，我哋知道嚟講Srimati Radhani 就係所有女性嘅一個控制者喺度。
So he made her garden appear within the compound of Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
咁佢係揾到個公園嚟講，呢個地方嚟講係跟住就係接合埋喺呢個主要太兒出生嘅地方嘅附近喺度嘅。
The Ishodhyana, the garden, was adorned with tastefully varieties of flowers.
咁喺嗰度嚟講呢個地方係好多美麗嘅一個花朵喺度。
Suitable for Lord Krishna's fruit trees.
咁係俾 Krishna 嚟講係呢啲水果供奉嗰度咯。
Flowering wines that comes from flowers.
咁好似有啲係酒嗰度係用可以係啲花去製造啲酒出嚟喺度。
And all sorts of exotic flowers that we may not even have seen or heard of.
咁好多好靚嘅花，甚至乎我哋見都未見過。
In 1920, Sarasvati Thakura found the Gaura Kunda, Lord Chaitanya's pond.
咁佢1920年嚟講要揾到主要坦爺所用嗰一個祠堂喺度。
And in 1931, he found Nitai Kunda, Lord Nityananda's pond.
咁喺1931年咧揾到 Nityananda 係沐浴過一個祠堂。
Although there is no mention of such ponds in the recorded pastimes of Lord Chaitanya, it is understood that they were manifested by the spiritual vision of an eternal associate of Lord Chaitanya.
咁當然咧，喺主要太爺時光嚟講，可能未必提及到呢啲地方嗰度，但係一啲純粹嘅靈魂嘅視覺底下嚟講咧，呢啲地方係得以重新再顯現出嚟。
The eternal associate, of course, Srila Sarasvati Thakura.
咁佢講佢主嘅一個永恆同遊，當然我哋就係講係主嘅永恆同遊，佢嘅視覺睇得到嚟講，我哋係指係 Srila Bhaktisiddanta Thakura.
Even by his transcendental vision, Srila Sarasvati Thakura excavated the Yoga Pitha, that's the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya.
咁亦都透過佢個超然視覺嚟講咧，佢都係揾到嚟講，就 Yoga Pitha 呢個地方咧，就係主要產爺出生嘅地方。
Now, this Yoga Pitha, the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya, was non-different from the birthplace of Lord Sri Krishna in Mathura.
咁呢個出生地方嚟講咧，Yoga Pitha 主要係出生嘅地方，同係 Krishna 喺 Mathura 出生嘅地方嚟講係冇分別嘅。
So even if in today's time, say we went to Mayapur Dham, and I will be like, oh, but I haven't been to Dwarka, I haven't seen the birthplace of Lord Krishna. But if you go to Yoga Pitha, consider it as the same as going to the birthplace of
咁即使我哋今日咧去到係摩婆你見去到 Yoga Pitha 嘅地方，你就諗緊我未去到去Mathura 呢個Krishna 出生嘅地方，但係你去到嘅地方其實已經係去咗 Krishna 出生嘅地方。
Now, in Navadvip Dham, we may say, what is the most important place? According to Lord Chaitanya, he considered Shiva's Angan as the most important place.
咁摩尼婆嚟講，有啲人講有啲咩特別嘅地方度咧？咁對於 Lord Chaitanya 主將嚟講咧，佢就係認為 Shiva Thakura 嘅居所嚟講，即係一個好重要嘅地方。
Now I know I must go to the Shiva's Angan, definitely.
咁我一定係要提呢個 Shiva Thakura 嘅個屋企喺度。
He considered it the most important because Shiva's Angan is identical with Vraja's principal spot, the Rasa Sthali, where Rasa was held.
Rasa
Sthali means where the Rasa Leela took place.
咁佢比喻嗰個地方點解講得咁重要？對於 Shiva Thakura 嘅住地方嚟講咧，你比喻就好似係Krishna 時光入面嘅 Rasa Leela 嘅發生嘅地方。
That means it is even going on in today's time.
嘅意思嚟講，就係想今時今日嚟講，仍然係發生緊嘅。
And Shiva's Angana was the Sankirtana Rasa Sthali, where through Sankirtan and dancing with his close devotees, Lord Chaitanya himself relished Rasa Bhava, Radha Krishna's Bhava, Radharani's Bhava.
咁響Shiva Thakura 呢個白灣呢個地方嚟講，主要係上演一個 Sankirtan 同你奉獻者 Kirtan 起舞嘅時嚟講，主要睇而嚟嘅展示咁一個娥姑娘嗰時嗰個愛嘅心態嘅心水嘅。
Eternally dancing with the gopis means it is even going on today. in
佢係
today's
永
age.
恆咁同啲牧牛姑娘舞跳起舞喺度啦。咁即使今時今日嚟講，仍然係發生。
With the desires, the sincerity, the gratefulness that we express, with that humility, we go to such places, to these sthanas, then to that degree of bhava that we are holding in our heart, we will get to experience a tinge of these transcendental bhavas.
咁如果我哋係懷咗咁嘅欲望喺度啊，或者會謙卑啊呢個咁心態，我哋去到呢個地方嚟講咧，亦都會係受到些少嘅感染嚟講咧，會感受到呢點點呢啲咁嘅純粹嘅愛嘅 power。
Now, this is an eternal experience. To gain this eternal joy, such qualifications of bhakti, bhava are needed.
咁呢個係一個外在嗰個條件嚟嘅，就係當你要有奉愛啲咁嘅標準嚟講，你先可能感受到呢種咁嘅愛喺度。
And these are all available for us today thanks to the contributions of Srila Sarasvati Thakura.
咁我哋今日所睇到、所感受到、所得到嘅嘢嚟講咧，完全嚟講係Bhaktisiddanta Thakur嘅一個貢獻嚟嘅。
We all are so contaminated, but he's given us such the easiest method, chanting Hare Krishna.
咁我哋係污染得咁嚴重喺度啦，但係佢俾咗個好簡單嘅方法俾我哋即係透過唱頌聖名，唱 Hare Krishna 就達到。
Honoring prasadam, reading shastras.
榮耀際遇喺度啦，係閱讀經典。
This is today's sign tapasya divyam. Now, how much easier can it get than this?
咁你可以睇下，我哋今時今日可以淨係做啲咁簡單嘅嘢嚟講咧，我哋就可以係得到。
Thanks to all of this, we can in today's time experience the transcendental bliss, the bhavas that will allow us to taste a tinge of the Radha Bhava.
咁我哋今日嚟講係透過呢啲咁嘅程序嚟講咧，我哋可以得到係品嚐到你話Radha Krishna 呢啲咁嘅愛嘅 power 咁。
Sarasvati Thakur recognized the site of Sri Chaitanya Matha at Chandrasekhar Bhavan.
咁佢亦都係揾到係Chaitanya Mata 你嘅地方，亦都係揾到係Chandrasekhar Bhavan嘅屋企喺度嘅。
He recognized this to be another form of Govardhan.
佢亦都係認為呢個就係其實 Govardhan 山嘅另一個展示。
As it's joined together with Vrajapatana.
咁佢哋係連埋一齊嚟講就係 Vrajapatana
as Radhakund.
就好似係 Radhakund 咁樣。
Vrajapatana is also known as a place where Mahaprabhu enjoyed his pastimes of putting on a play about Vrindavan Dham.
咁當呢個地方嚟講就係Radhapatana 就係主要睇嚟講就喺嗰度係上演咧，佢一啲係好似Vrindavan入邊嘅燒月時光咁樣喺度。
According to some again, Vrajapatana is Mahavana of Gokula.
咁喺相對嘅地方嚟講，就好似係Gokula入邊個 Mahavan 呢個森林嗰個。Where
Krishna spent most of his beautiful pastimes.
咁喺 Krishna 嘅燒月時光嚟講，大部分時間嚟講都係喺呢個地方嗰度係上演嘅。
So we all have an opportunity by relishing, touching the Dhamma of Vrajadhama, even if we are going to Mayapur Dham.
咁所以我哋去到 Mayapur Dham 嚟講，亦都可以係，亦都係等於我哋係品嚐到，係話親臨到呢個Vrindavan 呢個地方一樣喺度。
Just by simply being at Mayapur Dham, but our consciousness is completely absorbed in the thoughts of Lord Krishna being there.
咁即使我哋係喺 Mayapur 啲地方嚟講咧，但係我哋個思緒嚟講啊，亦都可以係馬上聯繫到係諗起 Krishna。
Such consciousness can just make us appear in Goloka Vrindavan Dham.
咁呢種意識知覺嚟講，令到我哋馬上嚟講係處身於喺 Goloka Vrindavan 呢個地方。
Now let's see what was Srila Sarasvati Thakur's contribution to ISKCON when we look at Vrindavan Dhama.
咁我哋譬如再繼續睇下佢對 ISKCON 嚟講嗰啲咩貢獻嚟講，咁我哋再睇下嚟講係 Vrindavan 呢個地方。
Srila Sarasvati Thakur, while doing parikrama, Sankirtan, parikrama at the Dhama, gives one an opportunity to engage in 5 principal practices of sadhana bhakti.
咁佢係 進行呢個聖地嘅繞拜嗰時嚟講咧，佢係介紹咗有5個個靈性修習嘅規則喺度。
And those 5 are associating with the devotees.
咁第一佢嗰5個嚟講，就第一嚟講就同奉獻者嘅聯誼啦，
Chanting the holy names,
唱頌聖名啦，
hearing Srimad Bhagavatam,
聆聽聖典博加雅談，
living in the Dhamma,
住喺聖地，
and worshipping the deity.
而係崇拜神像。
You feeling okay, Mataji? You can have some water. Yeah. Going to Vrindavan Dham, we all like to go to the Govardhan Hill for parikrama.
咁好似譬如我哋去便打份嚟講，我哋會中意去係高芬丹山嗰度嚟講係繞拜啦。
Now, this is a pastime really important for all of us.
佢對我哋呢個咁嘅消時光對我哋講係好重要喺度。
And generally, when people go to the parikrama, especially if they're new, or even if you want to introduce a nice place like Govardhan Hill, saying this is Lord Krishna himself, he's taken the form of Govardhan Hill, then people have different sort of intentions, like let me take Krishna home.
咁有時有啲人嚟講，尤其新嘅人嚟講唔知道，譬如你去到高不丹山就嚟講咗，呢個就係 Krishna 一個另一個形象顯現喺度。咁啲人我想將 Krishna 帶翻屋企喺度，佢咁樣諗法。
Even if we tell people, no, don't pick up the Shrilas, we're not supposed to do that. But they'll be like, it's okay, it's just a Srila, what will the harm be? Lord Krishna is favorable to everybody. I'm sure nothing is going to go wrong with me.
咁有啲人嚟講，冇緊要啦，呢個石頭喺個山嗰集啦，石頭呢個Srila嚟講咧，咁 Krishna 咁仁慈對奉獻者嚟講冇所謂啦，我攞一嚿翻屋企喺度啦。
So, yeah, found okay, and then he will not do any harm to me anyways.
咁佢話 Krishna 嚟講唔會係做我有咩傷害嘅。
And then Srila Sarasvati Thakura had, of course, warned all the sadhakas going for the pilgrimage over there, all the sadhakas and other visitors together.
咁佢係警告Bhaktisiddanta Sarasvati就警告一啲係拜訪咗啲收集者，你去到嗰個高班山時嚟講都唔好咁做。
He repeatedly told them, please make sure you don't take any shilas from here.
佢話警告啲人嚟講咧，喺邊度唔好攞走任何一嚿個石頭。
Then while they were circumambulating, sudden violent wind and rain started, heavy rain.
咁佢又點解？當我哋係繞拜緊山咧，突然之間啲狂風驟雨。
It was so sudden that people started moving, shaking, and even if they had umbrellas, they would break.
咁嗰陣時啲人嚟講係咁避啲雨喺度啦，即使帶咗遮都好喺度，啲遮都吹到爛晒。
This put all the pilgrims into chaos.
咁嗰陣時個環境嚟講十分之係一團糟喺度。
Then one of the accompanying pandas, a pujari,
咁當時嚟講有一個係祭司喺度啦，一個人嚟講係一齊喺度嘅。
he went around to ask people if they've done something wrong.
咁佢就問啦，佢話你哋有冇人嚟講係做錯咗啲嘢喺度，
To have offended.
或者係冒犯咗咧？
And he asked them, are you listening to what Srila Sarasvati Thakura said by not taking any shilas?
佢你有冇聽Bhaktisiddanta講到話唔好攞走任何嘅石啊 Srila？
Then finally he said, one of you has definitely made a serious offense.
佢話你其中一個人嚟講，一定係做咗一個好嚴重嘅個冒犯。
Please be honest and come forward.
佢話要係你哋係坦白啲喺度，或者走上嚟認你自己做錯。
Then it was so chaotic that Srila Bhaktisiddanta Sarasvati Thakur himself came forward and asked if anyone has picked up a shila.
咁跟住 Bhaktisiddanta 就行上前面度，佢有冇任何人係執起嗰一嚿石頭？
And then one of them came forward.
咁其中一個人嚟講就走上前嚟。
He sincerely apologized. He said, I'm very sorry. He took out the shila. He said, I have taken the shila.
咁跟住話唔好意思，我好真誠咁樣認錯啦。我真係我執咗，我攞走嚿石頭。
And he respectfully put the shila back down.
跟住好尊敬咁樣將嚿石係擺翻去個座山嗰度。
And the minute he did that, the storm stopped.
當佢咁樣做之後嚟講咧，整場暴風雨就馬上停止。
So whenever we get an opportunity to come across such directions, instructions, we shouldn't take it lightly.
所以當如果有人同我哋咁樣嘅指示或者勸告嗰時嚟講咧，我哋唔好係當睇唔到，唔聽呢咁嘅勸告。
We must follow the words because, a lot of times people say, people as devotees will say, oh, I'm not advancing, it's been so many years, but what's wrong?
咁有時即係啲人會咁樣問佢，我已經咁多年嘅奉獻者嚟講，點解我覺得好似自己靈修方面嘅進步唔係好大啊？
We have been given the directions, the words. Have we followed those sternly, completely, respectfully?
咁事實上，我哋喺靈修方面嘅一個指導嘅方向嗰度，已經好多嘅指示嗰度。咁我哋係咪好跟得好足，或者係專心咁跟住呢啲咁嘅修習去做咧？
There are times where some of us devotees, even after reading, we're like, I'm sure this is not for me because I'm not at that level, so it's okay. It won't apply to me.
咁有時有啲奉者或者讀到一啲章節有啲咁嘅文章就嚟講，呢啲我未到咁嘅水平咁高嗰度，呢啲唔關我事喺度，我未做到喺度。
The best is, instead of looking at it in a negative way, approach a senior devotee and tell them, this is the problem I'm having, how do I deal with it?
咁而係相反嚟講咧，應該係用另一個心態咁講，就係話，當我碰到某啲嘢我睇唔明，或者我唔有乜問題咧，我哋揾啲比較進階啲嘅奉護者，你就問佢哋講，我而家碰到嗰個問題喺度，我點樣可以係解決咧？
At least this way we are getting to show the Lord that, look, I am doing something about this.
咁起碼要向主你講，係表達咗就係我已經為呢件事係做出一番嘅解決方法。
I'm trying my best to be of service.
我係揾緊呢個方法嚟講，係點樣去跟住去做。
And then after seeing that person come forward, he told all the people who were traveling with him about not being able to find the keys in his pocket.
咁跟住佢就嗰人放翻個石之後嚟講啦，跟住佢就同啲人一齊行，但係只係佢揾唔到一條鎖匙，喺個袋嗰度揾唔到條鎖匙。
Sorry, this is another pastime.
呢個係另一個消息。
This is something, this is a pastime that had recently happened, just like a couple of months ago.
咁呢個係冇幾耐發生，就好似幾個月之前發生。
There was this one Prabhu who had gone for Govardhan Parikrama with all the friends and family members. 咁
呢個喺呢個 Prabhu 嚟講咧係有一次係同我啲朋友啦，同埋啲屋企人嚟講咧，亦都係去繞拜呢個哥弗丹山喺度。
And again, of course, they were even told at that time, no matter what happens, don't pick up a Srila.
咁佢哋嗰陣時好似可能冇聽到，講就話無論咩都好啦，唔可以攞起啲石頭。
You must ask permission. Don't pick it up just like that. And you have to look after it properly. Do you know anything about that? His answer was no.
咁跟住啲人就問佢哋講，佢話你攞之前嚟講有冇問過有啲啲條件啲問題喺度啊，或者知唔知道係咁樣做係唔得喺度啊？咁跟住呢個奉者話：我唔知道有啲咁嘅嘢。
And this person, apparently this Prabhu, he picked up a Shila, Govardhan Shila, and then he didn't tell anybody, hidingly, he just put it in his pocket.
咁呢個 Prabhu 嚟講就係冇聽人哋嘅講嗰度啦，咁佢就私底下嚟講就攞咗個石頭就擺咗自己個袋。
And then of course they all on the way they were returning back to the ashram.
咁跟住佢就回程咧，就翻佢哋自己嘅住所嗰度。
And then when he was returning to the ashram, he just couldn't find the keys to the room.
但係當佢翻去嗰個住所嘅修院嗰時嚟講，佢揾唔到條鎖匙開房門。
He started telling everybody, I can't find the keys, I don't know where they are.
咁跟住就問啲人喺度，我揾唔到條鎖匙喺度啊，唔知條鎖匙去咗邊咧？
In fact, they made him empty his pockets completely.
咁但係佢發覺佢個袋嚟講咧，完全係冇晒嘢㗎。
Pen, paper, and some Lakshmi came out.
有紙啦，有啲錢喺度啦，同埋隻紙張同埋筆喺度。
And along with the pen, paper, and Lakshmi, from the other pocket, the Srila fell out.
咁跟住喺另一個袋嚟講就有筆有紙有錢嘅，另一個袋嚟講就係石嗰嚿嗰忽單嗰個石嚟講就跌咗出嚟。
And then they asked him immediately, he said, what is that?
咁跟住啲人問嚟講，你頭先話話冇，點解會有啲嘢走咗出係乜嘢嚟㗎？
And that time he had to reveal to everybody, he told everybody, oh, that happens to be a Govardhan Shila that I had just picked up.
佢話：哦，呢個就係我頭先啱啱執起呢嚿哥弗丹嘅石頭。
And then that time, the Prabhu, the group that he was going with over there, he told him, you cannot do that. You're not supposed to take the Shila from Govardhan Hill.
咁跟住同行嗰啲人嚟講，個組人嚟講，就有人同佢講：佢話：Prabhu，你唔應該咁樣做，喺度攞走個石頭。
And then he told him, you must leave the Shila here. You cannot take the Shila. Please leave it back at the Govardhan Hill.
佢話：你唔可以攞走個石頭，你一定要將佢擺翻去原處嗰度。
So he went to place a Shila back at the Govardhan Hill.
於是走翻轉頭咧，就將嚿石擺翻落去哥弗丹嗰度咯。
And then when he was back,
但擺完之後，跟住翻轉頭啦。
in the same pocket that he had emptied in front of everybody, his key came out.
咁喺原本個袋度嚟講咧，跌嚿石頭出嚟嗰袋嚟講，條匙就喺嗰度走翻出嚟。
Listening to this pastimes, my body started rupturing. Really, I mean, unbelievable. Even in today's time, see, the mercy of the Lord immediately can be experienced by any of us.
咁我聽到個就嚟講，即係毛骨悚然，我就話你可以睇下，即使今時今日嚟講咧，主個即係講仍然可以展示到出嚟嘅一個力量喺度。
The same pockets that he had emptied, and he was showing the pockets, there was nothing left in there.
當佢係攞上袋所有啲嘢攞晒出嚟嚟講之後嚟講咧，係冇嘢喺度嘅，但係同一個袋嚟講，著嚟講條鎖匙係揾翻出嚟。
The same pocket, now the key came out from.
但係喺同一個袋嚟講，條鎖匙就走翻出嚟。
Truly the mercy of the Lord.
呢個就係主嘅嘅仁慈。
Now, that was the last one for the Dham. Now let's look at some of the pastimes.
咁呢個係最後一件事，就係嗰個聖地嘅一件事。咁而家我哋再講另一件事。
Now his words in this pastime are also applicable to all of us in our lives.
咁喺我哋一生嚟講咧，佢嘅説話嚟講話語嚟講咧，對我哋係有幫助喺度。
Once Srila Sarasvati Thakur came out from Bhakti Vijay Bhavan at around 2 in the morning.
咁有一次佢係離開嘅Bhakti Vijay Bhavan。
Bhavan means a room.
Bhavan 嗰個地方係凌晨2點鐘嗰時。
And he called everybody.
佢係喺度叫係每一個人喺度。
Look, see over there. Gauranga and Nitai are going on Sankirtan.
跟住佢哋睇下嗰邊喺度啊，係 Gaur Nitai 喺度，佢哋係喺度去緊 Sankirtan。
Come and see. And all the devotees rushed outside.
嗱，跟住聽完之後，啲所有奉者嚟講，即刻係走出嚟喺度。
But none of the devotees could see Shishi Gaur Nitai.
但係冇一個人嚟講係見到舒舒高呢單，
Only Sarasvati Thakur, he could actually see them.
因為只有係沙上十姑，佢一個人係自己本人見到。
And there's this another time in the middle of the night.
咁而另一次嚟講咧，係半夜啦。
One of the Maharajas at that time, Srimad Tirtha Maharaj,
咁另一個 Maharaj 就係Srimati Maharaj。
he told the devotees, get up, look at what is going on.
咁佢話：起身啦，你睇下做緊乜嘢？有咩事發生？
Srila Sarasvati Thakur was also asleep and he immediately woke up.
咁上一次沙上姑嗰時佢係瞓緊，佢都馬上即刻起身啦。
And then Srila Tirtha Maharaj said, look at that, the Panchatattva, they are dancing, all 5 of them.
咁上一啲 Maharaj 講就話：你睇下，批七雲喺度係跳緊舞喺度。
The Panchatattva are going by chanting and performing Sankirtan. They're calling everybody to come and join them.
批七雲嚟講係唱緊 Kirtan 啊，喺度跳緊舞喺度，係叫人哋係參加去，同佢一齊參與佢哋嘅。
And then he told everybody, come, let's go and let's join them.
佢話：不如我哋一齊去啦，我哋一齊去參加度。
Of course, all the devotees accompanied their guru, right?
咁當然啦，好多人嚟講係同我哋 Guru 一齊啦。
They went out into the darkness and amazingly, they couldn't see anyone. None of the Panchatattvas. They were like looking left and right. Where? Who? Who should I follow?
咁跟住佢哋一出嚟講，我哋當然咧係見唔到係班咗得啊。咁但係又揾你講，究竟邊個？我應該跟邊個？
And Srila Sarasvati Thakur at the same time, he said, there they are. Let's follow them and enjoy the Sankirtana.
咁所以就十姑就講就係話，喺嗰度啦。咁我哋不如我哋就跟住佢哋跳啦。
Excuse my word, not enjoy. let's join them in doing the Harinam
不
Sankirtan.
如我哋係參加喺度啦，我哋係一齊投入呢個齊眾聖命運動。
Now, such incidents are not uncommon in the pastimes of Srila Bhaktisiddanta Saraswati, especially in Navadvip Dhama.
咁響生平嚟講，所發生呢咁嘅事蹟嚟講咧，呢啲咁尋常嘅事嚟講咧，係對Bhaktisiddanta Saraswati嚟講咧，經常都會有，尤其是喺Mayapur呢個地方。
He was an eternal devotee of the Lord, a purified devotee, not even a tinge of contamination within him.
佢一個主嘅永恆嗰個同遊喺度，奉獻者嚟喺度，一丁點嘅一個污染都冇，佢係完全純粹嘅奉獻者。
So he couldn't only see the Lordship, but even experience along with them, together with them, be together with them.
佢唔單止係見到主喺度，亦都係同佢一齊嚟講係品嚐同佢哋嘅關係。
And just by telling all his disciples at that time to join, that itself is so purification because they couldn't see. But imagine you're listening to the words of your spiritual master and you're joining.
佢當時叫嘅門徒出嚟喺度啦，咁嗰啲門徒係聽佢靈性導師嘅説話，即使佢哋係見唔到啦，但係聽靈性導師説話嚟講，一樣係得到係一個淨化。
So Srila Saraswati Thakur, after asking all of them to join, went along towards the south.
咁跟住就佢行喺呢邊行咧，向南呢邊咁行咯。
Absorbed in the thoughts of being in the service of
咁
Gaurachandra.
完全嚟講係陶醉呢個心態，個心水係服務係主一坦爺嘅Gaurachandra。
Of course, seeing him going alone and walking like that, his disciples thought, this is not safe. Where is he going? It's so dark at night. Let us follow him. Let us at least be of some protection. That will be a service that we can do.
咁見到佢靈性導師嚟講向嗰個方向咁走咗嗰陣時嚟講咧，咁佢哋啲門徒講：哇，咁黑嚟講，自己一個人走嚟好似唔係咁安全喺度喎。於是門徒好啦，我哋要保護佢喺度，我哋跟住一齊行去嗰邊啦。
This is also a good teaching for all of us.
咁其實係一個好嘅教導啊，對我哋嚟講。
We can all see the service attitude all the disciples of Srila Saraswati Thakur had.
咁你都睇到Bhaktisiddanta Saraswati 嘅門徒啦，所擁有一個心態喺度。
We all are so contaminated that things are beyond our vision or at times even beyond our understanding.
咁呢啲我哋幾咁之污染喺度啦，有時啲嘢我哋未必係用我哋嘅一個理解嚟講係感覺到係知識得到。
But as long as we follow the instructions, the directions given by our spiritual master or senior devotees, then we know we are in a secured place.
但係如果我哋跟住個靈性導師或者係資深奉獻者一個指示底下走去做嚟講咧，咁我哋一個好安全嘅一個狀況底下。
Then soon, very huge tumultuous kirtan become audible. Everybody could hear.
咁跟住一個好大聲嘅 kirtan 咧，就聽到啲人就開始佢啲門就開始聽到。
Mridangas could be heard, the kartalas, the conch shell, the gongs, all could be heard.
咁大家聽到嚟講有鼓聲啦，有卡笛聲喺度啦，有吹啲海螺聲喺度啊，打個鑼聲啊，好多啲人聽到。
And then Srila Saraswati Thakur immediately offered his respectful obeisances.
咁當Bhaktisiddanta Saraswati見到你講之後，馬上就係俾做頂拜。
And of course, after he offered obeisances, the people he offered obeisances, they also respectfully offered obeisances back to him again.
咁當然啦，佢向啲人頂拜之後嚟講，嗰啲人亦都向佢係做翻頂拜啦。
And they told Srila Saraswati Thakur, today we are graced with darshan of your lotus feet, you who are an eternal associate of Lord Chaitanya.
咁跟住嗰班人就講佢話：今日好有慶幸見到你嘅本人嘅真面目嘅蓮花足，因為你係主嘅永恆嘅同友。
You who are most dear, Manjari to Radharani.
因為佢話你係Manjari咧，係主係好親Radharani好親愛。
And they were begging Srila Saraswati Thakur, please glance mercifully upon us.
佢希望你係將你嘅仁慈喺度啦，係撇視係望喺俾我哋身上嗰度。
Favor us lowly fallen souls
希望係對我哋嘅墮落嘅靈魂嚟講咧，係俾一啲係處啲好益處。
So that by your mercy, a mercy of Gaurasundara and the Dhamma will be attained.
咁當你透過你嘅恩慈，透過主一產地嘅仁慈嚟講咧，我哋可以係達到聖地，去到聖地呢個地方。
In humility-laden tones, Srila Sarasvati Thakur replied,
跟住由於喺謙卑嘅心態底下咧，沙士特姑就咁樣回答啊。
You all are Vaishnavas of Svetadvipa Dhamma.
佢話你喺呢個聖地入邊嘅一個奉獻嘅愛士蘭亞度。
Eternal Gaura Dhamma Vasis.
你係主聖地入邊嘅居民嚟嘅。
And servants of Lord Chaitanya.
而係主一產業一個僕人咯。
Now, do we know what is Svetadvipa?
Svetadvipa 大家知唔知係乜嘢咧？
Mataji? No? Svetadvipa is the portion of the spiritual world to which Navadvipa of this earth place is equivalent.
咁Svetadvipa 嘅靈性地呢個靈世界其中一個部分嚟講，而呢一啲嚟講就係喺呢個地球上嚟講係同等於呢個 Svetadvipa 呢個地方度。
Yeah? And now understand? Is a place of the spiritual world that is equal, this earthly, that place on earth is equal to that place of the spiritual world.
咁即係話地球呢個地方咧，就同靈世界頭先所講嘅地方嚟講係一樣。
一樣冇咩分別。So, in turn, they said, our only desire is to attain your mercy.
佢話相反嚟講，我哋想係得到你嘅仁慈啦。
Now, when we say they were Svetadvipa Vasis, we could say, you mean people from up there, the spiritual world, they came down here?
咁 Svetadvipa 話事嘅事講係咪話佢哋係靈性世界邊嗰啲人係嚟到呢度嗰度咧？
See, we can look at it in either ways because Svetadvipa, like just mentioned now, there's no difference between Svetadvipa on the planet Earth here and, Mayapur Dham and the one up there.
咁我哋可以咁樣睇喺度咧。頭先譬如我哋講到喺 Mayapur 呢個聖地嚟講所住嘅居民嚟講，就同頭先講嘅靈性世界入邊 Svetadvipa 嘅居民嚟講係冇分別嘅。
So it could be Vasis from here down and Mayapur Dham who approached Lord Sarasvati Thakur, Srila Sarasvati Thakur, or it even could be Vasis who came down from up there in Svetadvipa and they approached him.
咁所以有兩種嘅睇法，即係總嚟講，你真係本地嘅當地嘅居民嚟講咧，住喺嗰度地方嚟講係想見係沙士特姑啦。咁另一種嚟講，可能真係靈性世界啲人係嚟到呢個地球嚟講想去見沙士特姑都唔出奇。
I'm only explaining this because I had this question and I asked Chandrasekhar Prabhu about, but Svetadvipa is spiritual world, so how come the one on earth is also called? And then this was the explanation I was given.
咁呢個係我係同chandrasekhar嘅Prabhu我問佢，跟住佢解釋俾我聽到嘅。
So those divine beings from Svetadvipa, they offered prayers to Srila Sarasvati Thakur.
咁呢啲咁嘅人物嚟講咧，就向沙士特姑嚟講獻上禱文。
And then, of course, they continued with the kirtan.
咁當然啦，佢哋係繼續係 kirtan 啦。
They offered Dandavat to Yogapit again and again, crying, Hey Sachinandana, Ha Gaura Hari.
咁佢哋都係向 Yogita 即係 Logita 出生地方嚟講係頂拜啦，又跟住係唱頌Logita 嘅聖名嗰度。
Please reveal your Dhamma and your form to us.
佢就希望將你嗰個形象你嗰個居所嚟講咧展示俾我哋。
That means even if we go to the Dhamma, we will not get the understanding of it unless there's sincerity in our heart and the Lord wants us to gain that understanding.
咁嘅意思講，即使我哋去到聖地嚟講，我哋亦都未必能夠係明白或者睇得到聖地嘅一個真貌係點樣度。咁除非我哋得到主嘅仁慈，又讓我哋係明白得到或者睇得到。
How do we get humility?
我哋點樣可以得到個謙卑嘅心態可以做到咧？
The more we hear,
我哋就聽多啲啦。
the more we keep devotees association,
我哋多啲同奉獻者嘅聯誼
the
啦。
more we honor prasadam,
我哋係榮耀多啲榮耀際遇啦。
the more we are getting purified.
同埋我哋越嚟越多得到嘅淨化。
We get more understanding.
咁我哋就會更加越嚟越理解得多。
And accordingly, the Lord will allow us to recognize more of spiritual things.
咁當然咧，主亦都係容許我哋嚟講係了解多啲嘅靈性方面嘅一個提示嘅。
After circumambulating the Yogapita temple 4 times while performing Kirtana, they rolled in the dust adjacent forecourt of Sachi Devi.
咁跟住佢哋係繞拜環繞嗰個 Yogapita 嘅地方係4轉之後嚟講咧，跟住就喺個地方嚟講，我哋係繼續嘅唱頌喺度啊，繼續落去喺度。
Then all the Svetadipa Vasis, they seated Srila Sarasvati Thakur before them and with palms joined in respect said, Srila Sarasvati Thakur, you are Shri Gaurahari's dearest servant.
咁跟住佢哋就走到做完之後嚟講咧，佢哋走到去巴利斯坦嘅旁邊嚟講，就同佢講：佢哋係主一坦而最親密嘅朋友。
Having heard of your qualities from Lord Chaitanya's topmost associates, we came for darshan of your lotus feet.
佢話：我聽到嘅主一坦嘅同友係講到關於你提到你嘅品質之後嚟講，我哋而家特登嚟講上係真見到係見一見你。
We've not only come for your darshan, we've also come to hear the pastimes of enacted by Lord Gauranga on this earthly plane.
佢話：我哋唔單止嚟講係你見你喺度啦，亦都係睇啊，希望你講一講主一坦嘢喺度，你想物質世界呢個地球上所做嘅一個逍遙時光活動係點樣係進行。
Again, this gave me the thought, you mean, whoa, which Svetadipa are they from? On this earthly planet, the Mayapur Dham, are they in the line already? Or are they from actually Svetadipa up there in the spiritual world?
咁我亦都係同樣嘅問題產生，究竟呢班人嚟講係咪真係已經係本身係響住喺嗰個地方，抑或真係響靈性世界落嚟嘅人喺度咧？
Because either of them could say, please, tell us about the pastimes of Lord Gaura enacted on this earthly planet.
因為佢哋同樣係問到一個問題，就係可唔可以將主一產業係響呢個地球上面所進行嘅逍遙時光，你可唔可以講俾我聽？
So again, our obeisances to all the Dham Svetadipa Vasis again and again.
所以從呢件事，我要向Svetadipa 嘅住嘅居民嚟講咧，係致虔敬嘅頂拜嘅，再次。
After begging their blessing to recite, Srila Saraswati Thakur discoursed on Gaura Leela Katha as described in authoritative biographies.
咁於是聽佢講呢番居民一番説話嚟講，主一坦爺響啲經嗰個權威嘅主一坦爺一個自尊嚟講，就開始講述你嘅逍遙時光。
Enriched with his own unique realizations.
呢個就係一個好特別一個自覺嚟嘅，一個頓悟嚟嘅。
He shared his realizations with
佢
all the Vasis.
分享佢所有嘅一個頓悟喺度。
And then added the Siddhantic explanations.
亦都係講到一個終極嘅結論係點樣。
And then before parting, the residents of Svetadipa, they requested Srila Saraswati Thakur to speak Gaura Leela Katha to them every night.
咁跟住呢班居民嚟講，臨走之前嚟講，我希望佢每晚都能夠聽到西斯姑嚟講係主一坦爺嘅逍遙時光。
Then he and them, they offered their mutual respectful Dandavat pranams and then returned to their respective abodes.
咁佢哋互相嚟講係俾呢個虔敬嘅頂拜之後啦，跟住就離開咗個地方。
Reading these leelas, it felt so fortunate.
我哋能夠係讀到呢啲咁嘅逍遙時光嚟講係幾咁之係幸運。
Because each and every letter, each and every alphabet gives us purification.
每一個字，每一個字嚟講每一章每一個字嚟講都係俾我哋係得到一個淨化。
Lord's mercy is so much on us that we are getting to hear, read, and share with everybody all
主嘅
this.
仁慈係幾咁之大喺度啦，俾我哋能夠聽到亦都係俾我哋有機會同我哋係分享。
So imagine how fortunate we are already.
咁其實你可以想象下，我哋係幾咁之係幸運。
There's one more pastime that I would like to share with all of you,
咁或者我再同各位嚟講分享另一個逍遙時光。
which very much applies to all of us.
咁大家都可以係覺得係用得上嘅，我哋。
There was this when Srila Saraswati Thakur was a young boy still.
咁當我仍然一個係細路仔嗰時咧，
there was this Babaji who just came to visit Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur.
咁有一個巴基嚟講咧，就去到拜訪Bhaktisiddanta Thakur嘅屋企。
And Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur, of course, out of all respects, he went, he offered his pranams.
咁當然啦，Bhaktisiddanta Thakur嚟講，走係嚟講係企喺一個致敬嗰度頂拜咯。
And the Babaji looked around and they saw Srila Bhaktisiddanta Sarasvati Thakur standing there. At that time, young boy, his name was Bimla.
咁當然你見到個小朋友喺度啦，跟住個名叫 B 乜乜㗎啦，咁佢就見到佢企咗喺度。
And then, not Bimamangala, Bimla.
Bimla,
Yeah. Bimla. B-I-M-L-A. Yeah. And then he complained. He said to his father, he said, you came to me, you did your pranams and everything, but look at the little boy. How come that little boy is not coming towards me and
咁
offering
佢
me
就
respects?
嗰個巴基就同佢爸爸講話，你反而你要走上前面嚟講話，俾我個虔敬嘅一個頂禮喺度。點解呢個小朋友企咗喺度，佢唔會咁樣做？
And that time, Srila Bhaktivinoda Thakur told him, you see, my little boy, he's so smart-hearted that he just won't go to anybody, and to offer pranams who's not worthy of it.
咁跟住話，我哋呢個小朋友嚟講係好醒目㗎，佢係知道嚟講係有啲係唔值得去做呢個尊敬嘅頂拜嚟講咧，佢係唔會咁樣做喺度。
He's not a pretentious person.
佢係一個係好正直一個人嚟講啊，一啲唔裝嘢裝著作假喺度。
But same thing applying to all of us. How sometimes we have to be nice to people, go out of our way if they're new, even though we knew they're not the right kind of people, but still we offer all respects.
咁但係相反嚟講啦，我哋知道譬如有啲人嚟講係唔值得我哋係對佢咁樣喺度嘅，但係我哋係亦都希望嚟講係從人哋相處得好嚟講啦，我哋係照係要對人哋係咁樣做。
Simply because we all are contaminated equally.
因為點解咧？因為我哋係互相都係咁污染。
We are not able to judge, like Srila Sarasvati Thakur, if this person is pretentious or if this person is not. We're not at that level. We will not know.
因為我哋仲未到咁個水平嚟講，我哋判斷出究竟呢個人嚟講係真啦，抑或係假裝啊，係咁樣。
And like he said, one must consider oneself to be the dirtiest amongst all, and then we can get the mercy of Lord Nityananda.
咁佢為一個人嚟講，呢個上字嚟講係所有污糟中係最污糟嘅人物嚟講咧，咁我先係得到主要坦爺嘅一個仁慈。
So that is why we, at least on our part, devotees, we try our best to offer all respects to everybody.
所以對我哋本人嚟講咧，我哋應該要係對每一個人都要尊敬啦。
And there are times where, even out of personal experience, our offering respects to people, they tend to move towards their bhava towards Krishna consciousness changes.
咁或者我哋對啲咁嘅人嚟講咧，係做我哋應該做嘅嘢嚟講，有時啲人嚟講，或者希望佢能夠可以幫到佢哋嚟講係邁向係 Krishna 之覺嗰度。
They look more positively and at least start coming.
咁啲人嚟講，希望一個正面嘅印象俾佢哋啦，咁開始會係嚟啦，係接觸 Krishna 之覺嘅。
So at least on our part as devotees, we should always, at all the times, be nice.
所以對我哋生命奉獻者嚟講咧，我哋希望嚟講係做到最好喺度啦。
So at this point, I would like to put a stop now.
咁我或者喺度停喺度啦。
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.
Hare Krishna.